All right, so today we are going to be replacing this EJ255 out of this, I think it's a 2011 WRX. This car was over revved and allegedly spun a bearing. You can hear it on startup. It's got a nice tapping noise. Yeah, pretty nice car. Picked it up for a pretty good deal. And I have a buddy that has a low mileage engine that I'm gonna go pick up to put in here. So for now, we're gonna go ahead and get started by removing this engine and basically just getting everything ready to accept its new engine. So when we do this, the way that I do it anyways, is you don't actually disconnect power steering or the air conditioning lines. What you do is you unbolt the compressor, flop it off to the side. Likewise with the power steering pump, it's actually mounted to the block, so you'll unbolt that and swing it over to the side. You'll leave the transmission in and 6 bell housing bolts, engine mount bolts, disconnect the fuel lines, take off the top mount intercooler, disconnect the downpipe, take off the air box, take out the radiator, and engine harness, unplug that. And there's 2 grounding straps on the bottom that are attached to the heads to the frame rails. And there's probably a couple other little things, but aside from that, that's pretty much it, and this engine will come out. Super easy process. Usually takes about a couple hours. And yeah. Okay, so about 10 minutes later, this is the progress we've made. As you can see, power steering has just been flopped over, radiator's been pulled, all the top accessories for the most part have been pulled aside from the intercooler and all that. And so with 08 Plus setups, you can remove, for the AC stuff, you remove the main bracket and then you can remove the pump from the main bracket and reinstall the main bracket. Point being, you want to use this for your engine lift or your cherry picker or whatever you call it. Yeah, so I put it back on. I mean, you don't have to, you can just use a bolt and thread it in or whatever, but personally I'd rather use this. Makes it easier. But yeah, so power steering flopped to the side, nothing was disconnected, so I don't have to rebleed that. And likewise with the air conditioning setup, this car did have functioning AC, so I don't want to have to go and get the AC or the Freon pumped again and all that jazz. So from here, I'll take out all my tools, all the loose bolts and stuff, and I'll actually degrease everything and make sure everything is nice and clean. It just makes it to where I'm not, getting filthy taking the engine out. Plus, it's a good time to degrease this motor, because if this motor didn't spin a main, then it's a really good candidate to rebuild. It only had like 105,000 miles on it or something, and if it did just spin a rod bearing, then I'll put a new crank, new connecting rods, and potentially new piston rings depending on how the bores look and all that good stuff. Get this head serviced, and then it'll be a good engine to swap into the next one that's blown up. Usually I have spares left over, but the one spare that I have left over now is actually a built motor with forged pistons, and it's going in that blue STI over there. So hence why I'm not just rebuilding this one. My buddy already has one and it's ready to go, so just for time's sake, it's easier for me to go pick that one up, and then I can use this motor as a future build for another car. So yeah, I'll get all this cleaned up and then I'll drive it into the shop. I've already got a nice little spot dedicated for it right here, and then that's where the engine will come out. Somebody wants to play fetch. All right. Anyways, so yeah, now she's all clean. So, yes dear. Hi there. Hi there. Hi there. So yeah, drive it in, pull the engine out. Everything's ready to come out. Well, hold on a second. Where's my flathead?
Because you're forever connected by love. 2 touching center diamonds representing the connection you share. This Mother's Day, celebrate with the Forever Connected collection.
Can't see.
engine can pull 5 Gs. And exhaust delivers 130 decibels. And onboard processing makes 40 true calculations. Powertrain that reaches temperatures half as hot as the sun. Built by the one car company that doesn't need a space program to operate.
Okay. So now everything is ready to come out. And look, minimal grease. Not bad at all. Well, actually, I'm just kidding. I got the fuel lines too. But the fuel lines and then heated core hoses. But after that, it's ready to come out. And yeah, pretty easy stuff. I guess I got a little ahead of myself saying it was ready to come out, but all the bell housing bolts are out, pitch mounts loose, engine mount bolts or nuts are out, the ground straps are disconnected, and yeah, so I'm going to do heater core, fuel lines, and then update once the engine is out. She's out! Pretty simple stuff. One thing to note. So in 2006, the WRX went to a push style clutch. So whenever you're taking the engine out, you don't have to do anything with the clutch fork. But on all STIs and on 2002 to 2005 WRX, they're going to have a pull style clutch, which the throwout bearing will actually be attached to the pressure plate. And what you have to do is there's going to be a pin that runs across on the inside of this transmission. You have to remove that pin in order to pull the engine. So just a heads up, if you're pulling a motor from one of those types of Subarus, then you will have to take the clutch fork pin out in order to remove the engine. But yeah, from here, I'll probably just remove all the accessories and get it down to a strip long block. And then obviously I'll pick up the other engine. So yeah, whenever I get the other engine here, I will update everything, and we'll go through timing belt and then valve cover gaskets, and then we'll put it in.